SOC 2 Common Criteria 6.7 restricts the transmission, movement, and removal of information from your system by internal or external users. Let's talk about what that looks like. As an organization, you don't want people taking data outside of the boundaries that you have set up and use it for some nefarious purpose. There was a famous case years ago where an IT person was allowed to take data home to do work, and then when they terminated that particular employee, he successfully defended his right to not return the data because the organization he worked for did not have anything in writing with him that required him to return that data. They allowed him to take it to his house, and that's where it stayed. And so every organization is concerned about information ending up in a place where it shouldn't be. So let's talk about transmission. First of all, if you are successfully transmitting data from your environment to an authorized outside environment, you would want to do that via some encrypted technology. You would want to make sure that the proper level of encryption was being utilized and that employees understand that when information is transferred properly, that it is being done over encrypted channels. That really covers the transmission aspect. From another way of looking at that, you wouldn't want to have an attacker on the inside be able to create this back channel or create an encrypted tunnel to exfiltrate information out of your environment. And so how do you do that? How do you identify that that is occurring? There are data loss prevention technologies that are out there and becoming more popular as a way to recognize abnormal events and try to identify traffic patterns that would indicate that someone is trying to take the data out a route that they shouldn't go. And so those are some thoughts about transmissions of data and how you might monitor that and protect it. When we talk about movement of data or removal of data, that starts getting into, how do you allow your employees to get to the data in the first place? Can they get to it from a laptop, which is easily carried out of the building? Do you allow people to put data onto thumb drives or access Dropbox online? These kinds of things need to be considered and restricted if you are concerned about someone copying data, moving it, and ultimately removing it from your location. So putting policies into place, whether initially by manual methods, just a written policy, and you train people on it and you require them to acknowledge that they're not supposed to use things like that to take data or store data on removable media. That's the first obvious place to start. But beyond that, you can put enforceable domain policies in place and use other types of technology options that are available out there to actually physically restrict people from moving data from that type of device to an unauthorized device. So think about that, of what it is you want to protect, first of all, and what kind of protections you would want to put on the transmission, movement, and removal of data out of your environment.